We have still yet to see the Cowboys sign Dak Prescott, Cee Dee Lamb, or Micah Parsons. And honestly, with the way that these markets have gone, the wide receiver market, lots of other receivers getting big deals, the quarterback market, Trevor Lawrence tying Joe Burrow, Jordan Love tying Joe Burrow, there's no doubt that the market for receiver and quarterback has continued to increase as the offseason has gone on. And because the Cowboys have decided to sit back and do nothing so far, they are going to have to pay the price for their decision to sit back and not be aggressive when it comes to these contracts, which is a questionable move, I think, from this Cowboys front office. But I want to share with you guys something that came out a little earlier today from Cowboys Executive Vice President, the son of Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, on DFW Ticket. And here it is from John Makota. He sort of shared some of these quotes on his Twitter account. And I think this gives us some insights into what may be going on a little bit between the Cowboys and these players and what they're really thinking right now. So John says this on Twitter: Cowboys EVP Stephen Jones on @DFW Ticket while talking about Dallas's current contract situations with Dak Prescott and Cee Dee Lamb. Quote, parentheses, the top of the QB market with Joe Burrow at $55 million per season, and end of parentheses, has stopped. Obviously, a guy like Mahomes, all he has to do is raise his hand. I think Mahomes also is liking winning those championships, and he knows he can only take so much before what can he have around him. Travis Kelce did the same thing. He could have probably walked away with quite a bit more money in terms of what they got in the tight end market. I think all those things have to come into play. One of the great things about Texas is you don't have state income taxes. Companies like to move here because it's a lower cost of living than it is in some of these other big cities. Those are all the things that we're trying to sell our players on so we can put other guys around Dak, CD, Micah Parsons, Trevon Diggs, Terrence Steele. At some point, we want to keep being able to put some guys around them. So from that quote, it sounds to me like as some of these negotiations are going on, it sounds like things are moving more in the right direction with Cee Dee Lamb at this point. But it sounds to me like the Cowboys are trying to convince their players to take less money because of the other pieces they could add around him. And on the one hand, as a team, as a front office, that would be awesome if all your players were like, you know what, we deserve top tier money, we deserve number one quarterback money, we deserve number one wide receiver money, but we're going to take the average pay of, let's say, the 20th ranked receiver because we care so much about winning. That's just not the case with lots of these players, and I don't blame them for it at all. If you're the best at your position, this is a business. The organizations make business decisions all the time, moving on from guys who have been with organizations for a long period of time. So I don't fault players for wanting to get the maximum value out of their contracts and their deals, no doubt whatsoever. It does help when guys like Tom Brady over the years in New England was willing to take a little bit less money so that they could build more around them, and that's what Stephen Jones mentioned here regarding Patrick Mahomes. And so it sounds like he's trying to convince some of these Cowboys players to say, you know what, this team can be so much better if you just took a little bit less money. Look at these income taxes. You're going to be better off here than signing somewhere else with a slightly larger contract. I understand why they try to convince these guys of this, but it sounds to me like they've been trying so hard to not have to pay these guys, and the reality of them trying so hard not to have to pay these guys and convincing them to take less money has, in turn, because they've waited so long, forced them to have to pay them even more money. Where if you would have gotten CD done earlier in the offseason before Justin Jefferson got done, you probably could have saved a few $1 million a year. And so I feel like the Cowboys have sort of hurt themselves because they're trying to get these guys to take less money, and in turn, it's led to other people coming through, getting deals. And now with Dak Prescott, with Jordan Love tying Joe Burrow, Trevor Lawrence, there's no doubt Dak wants more than $55 million per year. And if he becomes a free agent, I think he'll easily get $55+ million. And so it really does make you wonder, what is the Cowboys' plan here? Did they really think they could pay these guys less money by sitting back and waiting? I honestly don't know. And I also want to share another quote here from Jerry Jones the other day, which may give us a real idea of what the Cowboys are actually trying to do. But this is another tweet from John Makota. He said this. This is from July 25th. After today's news conference, Cowboys owner Jerry Jones talked off to the side for another 7 minutes. Jones, when asked a follow-up question about Cee Dee Lamb's contract situation, said this, quote, I'm just going to say this to y'all. Give me some credit, okay? You don't think I'm good with numbers? You think I know how to add and subtract? Do I know how to talk and sell? I realize all the criticism, and I understand it. As a matter of fact, I try to stir it up, and I have since I got here. That's good. Be relevant. It works. So we know that Jerry Jones is a genius when it comes to bringing attention to the Dallas Cowboys. And even though the Cowboys haven't found, top tier success since the 90s, haven't been to an NFC championship in 20 plus years or whatever it is, they are consistently the most talked about, I would say, franchise in the entire NFL. It makes you wonder for situations like this, because it seems like everyone is questioning, like, why wouldn't you just, pay Cee Dee Lamb a few months ago? And like, why are you sitting back and waiting so long? It sounds like Jerry likes the fact that, he's sitting back and waiting and people are still continuing to talk about the Dallas Cowboys. So maybe that's Jerry Jones' master plan, but I think it would have been more wise to get lots of these guys done earlier in the offseason so they wouldn't have to pay them quite as much money at this point. But if you guys want more NFL content, feel free to subscribe down below. You can also follow me on Twitter at LukeBeller3. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.